Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille and today is 15th of April 2020. Welcome to video number 110. Today I want to be really practical in pushing you towards having a plan because if you're not a man with a plan, it's not going to end up well for you or your family. So this is what I'm going to be talking about, especially like to put this whole thing on the top of the last two videos that you maybe watched or not. So if you didn't, just go and watch them as well. They're going to show you different whys about the plan and having a plan and having courage to deal with the plan. So just watch them if you're interested in that. But that being said, listen, I watched Jordan Peterson's video today. Just popped up in there in my hand because I was going through Instagram and I following him and I saw his video and I'm gonna link it to our today's video. But he said something that I knew in that moment I'm gonna record video about it. He said that um, regarding the dreams, that it's fascinating that there are things in our life that we completely have no control over. And he said very interesting thing, that he said that it's fascinating and scary at the same time, that there's something in us that makes us dream this whole vivid worlds that are appearing there in our heads, even though we completely don't know how to deal with this, because it's there out of nowhere. We are like spectacles of this whole thing. And that was fascinating because I start to think about what I was talking about for the last two videos about having a plan for our lives, and it shows me this very important thing, that first of all you need to have a plan. Like I talked about for two videos. I don't want to talk about it for a long time, but it's like, if you don't have a plan, you're basically like one of the organizations or even churches that I've been to, that you're there and you're asking, okay, so what are we doing? What's our vision? What's the plan? And nobody knows. And many times nobody has the courage to lead anyone anywhere. And then you get bored really fast. It's like, okay, so we just here having fun, but basically wasting our time. And how long you have to be in this kind of organization or family or life when you're talking about yourself, and say, this is nonsense, it's completely wasting time. It's why would I even be here? And that's why some people leave, some people just dump their partners, and some people have a hard time dealing with their own lives because they don't have a plan. But if you have a plan, then the second thing comes into play, and then you see, I don't really control my life as I think I would like to. Because the thing that Jordan Peterson said about the dreams is like a perfect representation of that. There's the thing, even in you, in your own head, you have no control over. I know that there are some people that they're lucid dreamers, that they try to kind of steal the control of what they're dreaming about. But even though I have no clue how far they can go with this, but it's like, it's there. And for most of us, we don't control our dreams. And if you see how life goes on, you start to see there's so many other variables that you don't control. You may have a plan, and you're just on the way achieving that plan, and then something happens, bam, and then you're off the track. And then you're just like, what are you supposed to do? So that's why you have to have a plan. And you have to have this plan clear enough so you would know exactly how to get back on track. Because our life many times, at least from my perspective, looks like flying a plane. I heard this example. I don't know if it applies. I assume it sounds legit to me, so I'll share it. That over 90% of time, plane is off course, and you have to steer it back towards the target or the destination that you're flying to. But most of the time, it's like there's pockets of different pressure or turbulence, so the plane falls or turns, there's a wind over here and there, then you have to there's other planes in the air, so you have to kind of steer among all of them, and most of the time you're off the course. But that's the whole point, to have a plan and have a plan clear enough so you'll be able to get back on track. And three, you have to take lead. And I'm telling you this as a guy who is in a relationship that we spent over, when you sum it all, it's more than 2 years planning to get here in Vancouver. From the beginning, the first idea, the first talk that we had about thinking about moving here at least for some time, to the moment that we landed here, it was over 2 years. And there was so many crazy things that happened, or so many things that pushed us off the course. And there's so many things, so many obstacles you had to go over and find a workaround, and all the financial planning, gathering the finances to be able to be here, then all the certifications, all the visas and so on, and even so many things, like they've been on our way and try to push us off it, because you're gathering cash and then you had to pay for something, and then you're not able to kind of keep as much as you want for that month, so then you have to kind of figure out how to put it together. Then you're doing the certification, something happened and you have to postpone what you're gonna do. Then we had issues with the visa, even though it's like Kasha had papers from the school that she's going to. Twice they rejected the visa for God knows what reason. We were stressed. What do you do then? You've got to know and have a goal, and to clear enough to get back on track, and someone has to lead. And trust me, there is no way for you to feel like a guy, and there's no way for your relationship or whatever you're planning to go for, if there's no lead. And you will have to lead if you want to feel like a guy. And trust me, she will thank you for it, because it's so much easier for us without having so much emotion connection to what's happening, to lead rather than ask her to do that for you. So have a plan and have clear enough vision to be able to get back on track, whatever happens, whatever the things that you'll not be able to control, because there will, and there will be a lot of them. And three, you have to lead, because it's so much easier for you to do this, and she'll thank you for it. Trust me. There was amazing experience to see how many times I'll say, listen, eyes on the prize, let's just go, let's just move, don't overthink it, just go. And we made it happen. So putting this whole thing together, I want to make it as practical as possible today. What's your plan for your relationship? What do we want to do? What is the plan for the next month? What is the plan for a year or 5? Because if you're in your relationship and there's no plan, nobody's like, there's nothing that we plan to do, there's nothing gonna be nothing's gonna happen there. And that's why kids want to run away from home, because there's nothing happening. The relationship is with your wife or with your girl is not really going forward, because it's like you're bored. You're coming back home from work, or now we're at home, but and then it's like, so maybe I'm gonna watch TV, I guess. Have a plan. Be practical. And let me tell you, it can be something very, very easy. Like, I don't know, for the next month we're gonna watch every movie that we could lay our hands on, from, I don't know, Quentin Tarantino, or with Danny DeVito, or the 10 best French movies of 2000s. Whatever. Have a plan for the short term. Then maybe if this whole thing is gonna end up, maybe you want to go and visit every stand-up that you want to go for, or maybe I don't know, visit every vegan sushi restaurant in your town. Whatever. Have a plan. Have something in front of you that you'll be able to pursue and be leader of. Because interestingly enough, you'll start to see that when you start with the small crazy ideas to do something, there's gonna be an achievement that you want to have. And then it's gonna kind of spark the creativity for you. And then your plan's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you start to see that your journey that you with your girl and that you lead her on it's becoming fascinating. And that's how you go from someone who has no plan and no joy in life at all to someone who is having something in front of you, is able to lead, feel like a man, and then see your relationship and your life becoming something so much interesting and so interesting and so fascinating that you really want to experience it. Because this is what I want you to take from this video. There'll be tons of things that you're not going to be controlling in life, and there'll be tons of situation that's going to be easier to do nothing. But the only way you will see yourself feeling happy and feeling like a man, and your relationship being happy, is when you decide to have at least some plan and go for it, and then opening yourself to the possibility to find some achievement that's going to be fascinating for everyone involved. That's that simple. So think about it, rethink it, and do something about it, because with one decision you can change the whole direction of where you're going in your relationship. If you like this video, comment, DM me, or if you don't like, if you disagree, give me a shout as well. I'm glad to talk about it and see your point of view on this subject. And if there's anything you want me to record about, just give me a shout. I'll be glad to do it. That being said, see you tomorrow.